Welcome to the Frontier Podcast, where we take the internet's best tech articles and transform them into audio so that you can enjoy them on the go. We post new episodes every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. Be sure to subscribe to our channels on YouTube and iTunes, or visit us at tfpodcast.io. If you would like to help support our show, we'd really appreciate it. Visit our Patreon and donate. All of those links will be listed below. Today's episode is brought to you by Presence Media. They are a Colorado-based SEO and web design firm. Presence Media creates beautifully modern websites that effectively attract new customers for their clients. Visit them at presencemediadenver.com. That link will be listed below. Today's article was written by Michael Eichenseer. Michael is a writer, healthy gamer, and VR esports enthusiast. He explores virtual reality and its effects on humanity. Today's episode is titled, Virtual Reality is the Future of Education. If you'd like to read the original article, including the embedded images, you can find it on medium.com. We'll have that link listed below. Virtual reality is the future of education. Our industrialized classrooms will fade away in exchange for the infinite educational opportunities of virtual reality. Virtual reality is the most powerful educational tool humans have ever created, right next to the written word. When reading words, the human brain lights up in the same places it would light up if the actions taking place on paper were taking place in real life. If we read about throwing a baseball underhanded, our brain goes through the same motions. If we read about warm caramel drizzled on top of vanilla ice cream, we may begin to salivate. The power of words spawns from the ability of our brain to simulate reality in thought. While not as effective as taking real-world action, reading provides a powerful tool for learning and practicing skills. In virtual reality, students can directly experience anything imaginable. Instead of reading about how water flows through a Roman aqueduct, students can watch, build, and experiment with an aqueduct firsthand. Instead of reading about how exponential growth leads to mind-boggling numbers, students can watch as a baseball stadium fills with water over the course of 49 minutes of doubling water droplets. If reading is an effective tool for education, first-hand experiences in VR will change education forever. The modern classroom has used physical science experiments for years to demonstrate scientific concepts for students. The problem with physical experiments is cost, safety, and scalability. Not every school has the space or infrastructure to handle a fully outfitted science lab. Not every school has the finances for supplies. Virtual reality software is scalable, cheap, and takes up no physical space. For the cost of one VR headset per child, a school has access to infinite educational possibilities. Whether it's history, science, math, programming, drama, music, art, sports, or any other found curricula, virtual reality offers more flexibility and experiences than anything that came before. Real-world field trips and physical-world experiments will always be preferred in a learning environment. However, in school systems where costs are of the highest concern, software makes far more fiscal sense. Already we have seen how efficient digital games can be when teaching children. In Greg Topos' book, The Game Believes in You, the author profiles an iPad app called DragonBox. DragonBox is a game that teaches math. It's not just any math, but algebra. What appears as a puzzle game whose objective is to coax a baby dragon from its box turns out to be one of the most effective ways to teach algebra ever created. DragonBox has taught 4-year-olds how to do algebra. If a two-dimensional iPad game is capable of teaching a 4-year-old algebra, one can only imagine what is possible within virtual reality. Virtual reality can and will democratize education across the world. It matters not whether you're in a high-rise in downtown New York City or a small cinder block compound in the cornfields of Nebraska. Virtual reality opens up untold possibilities for education for all students. It is up to the early adopters of VR to design and build the educational systems of the future. Systems where children are encouraged to explore, create, and problem solve with access to all of human knowledge via the internet. Imagine what school would have been like for you if we had broken away from our industrialized factory worker system years ago. We can provide each child with access to educational experiences beyond imagination, no longer limiting ourselves to rows and rows of desks. Next time you're in history class, you won't fall asleep reading about the Battle of Versailles. Instead, you can experience it firsthand. Thanks for listening. You can find more episodes just like this at tfpodcast.io. We post new episodes every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. That link will be listed below. Be sure to subscribe to our channels on YouTube and iTunes, or visit us at tfpodcast.io. If you would like to help support our show, we'd really appreciate it. Visit our Patreon and donate. All of those links will be listed below. Again, thanks to Michael Eichenseer. You can find more of his writing on medium.com. That link is also listed below. And thank you to our sponsor of today's episode, Presence Media. You can visit them at presencemediadenver.com. That link will also be listed below. Thanks for listening.